Okay. So I'm going to try pretty hard to stay out of the NDA here. Which means I'll be hopefully not referencing frequency of things like wildcards and stuff. They covered a lot of this stuff on the economy stream. But some things weren't exactly covered. Anyway, my first point, and perhaps my major point, if you have issues with the economy, good or bad. Oh, I know there are no neighborhood stores for limes. It's a weird way to start this rant, but just catching up with chat here a second. Give feedback. If you care about the economy, give feedback, either in the forums or Discord. Don't just go around like Nate Price's stream chat and say, the economy sucks. Don't do that. That doesn't help anyone. And in fact, it hurts the game in general because you give the game a bad rep. So don't do that. If you don't like something, post about it and be constructive. That's the best way to hurt the game, is just to sit around bitching and not doing anything about it. All right. So yes, I agree with the B's here. I am okay with the economy right now. But there's so many unknowns in the economy, it's hard for me to judge. Like, it seems to me some people feel they should already have a perfect deck. And this game isn't even a week out. If I could already have all the cards I wanted in a week, I think this game would suck. Like, I think a month is probably a good amount of time to have one deck or be pretty close to one deck. A month seems okay. I mean, this is free to play, folks. Like, Shar did this thing for set cost in the chat here, that it takes 25 weeks of grinding every day in duels to get to all the cards, which would basically mean any deck. That's 25 weeks. That's half a year. If you want your deck right away, put money in and shut your mouth. Yeah, I like the deck I've been able to build in less than a week. I mean, I'm doing pretty much the full grind, though I don't know if I was yesterday, but I'm happy with it. It's got some play. I do think that the standard ladder in this game, when it comes out, is going to be a little bit pay to win. But that's fine. I don't really want to be at the top of the standard ladder. I want to be drafting most of the time. As long as multiple drafts are feasible, that's what we're going to be doing on this stream most of the time. Like, I'd say like 3 out of 5 streams will be drafting, and then maybe we'll do some ladder crawling or grinding on the other 2 streams. But I can get plenty of enjoyment out of this game without having a net deck standard deck in my arsenal. And you know what? In Eternal, that got super grindy. Super grindy, that the ranked ladder, where you just always were playing a net deck. Always. And I didn't like that. Like, that's not really fun gameplay to me, to just always be net decking against 2 or 3 top decks. And that's probably what it's going to take if you guys want to be at the top of the ladder. You're going to have to net deck, and you're going to have to grind it hard, and you're going to have to be okay with playing all the other net decks and the people who paid to get all the cards. I think you should strap in and prepare yourselves if you think you're going to be living on the standard ladder. Because for me, that's not the funnest way to play this game. And if it is for you, that's what you like, then do it. But I'd much rather be drafting, playing some jank on the ladder, and not really worrying about falling 20 spots or something. I'm going to play the good decks too. But see, no one knows, Goblin. No one knows. Like, who knows how much vault progress you get for your 5th common? No one knows that. Like, maybe it's more than you think. You can't talk about how the economy's set if you haven't even opened your vault once. Or you're not getting vault progress every time you open a pack. Like, you're just working with not enough information to be basing these opinions on. I think everybody should have their opinion. That's what they want. They want feedback. Give feedback if you're going to do it. But there's just not enough information. You just don't know how vault progress is going to progress once you start having like half the set or something. Right now, we don't have any cards, so vault progress is basically as slow as it's ever going to be. And it's still 1 week, and I'm about to crack my vault. If I crack a vault every week, that's a mythic rare, a rare, and an uncommon right now, and a common. That means in a month, I'm getting 4 mythics, 4 rares, and 4 uncommons. You can build a pretty strong deck like that. You might not have every single card. Well, maybe. I mean, I guess I just stepped over a line there. I was trying not to do that, but anyway, now I lost my train of thought. Now I'm a little worried, but people are very worried about when standard shows up. Like right now, I think the economy is progressing just fine for 2 sets, but what most people are super afraid of is when standard drops and there's 7 sets of cards to get. People are worried then that vault progress is going to slow down again to a snail's pace and things like that. I think there's a lot of things they can do. For example, what if they just gave you 4 free vault unlocks? You get 4 mythics and 4 rares. That's 8. Someone was quoting you need like 25 rares to be our most competitive decks. So you're a third of the way there the second the set drops. That's pretty good. I have no idea if they're going to do that or not. But that would be a way they could help jumpstart us into 7 sets. Because it's going to be rough. Like going into those first 7 sets, it's going to be awkward. After that, when sets are rotating, I think we'll be fine. But jumping into those first 7 empty sets is going to be rough. So I do think they'll probably need to give us something. I like the way we're getting cards. Like, as I said last night, I got Rekindling Phoenix. I have not been playing very many red decks, but just by spiking that card, now I'm going to go back and play my black-red Pirates. I'm going to go back and play my red-green Dinos just to test out the Phoenix. So I kind of like getting these random rares after a win. It does make me play more decks. Now, someone who only wants to play one deck is going to be like, oh, I don't want a Phoenix. I want green-white Dinos. Well, go spend some money. But like, I just don't feel like if you're trying to play this game entirely free to play, then I do not think you should have a top tier 1 standard deck within the first couple weeks. I think it should be at least a month, maybe 2. If you want to play top tier standard decks right away, you should have to put in money, and that's fine with me. So I don't know. I think people are working with not enough information. We still don't know how the draft economy is. How much vault progress does cracking a draft pack give you? No one knows. How much does a draft cost? No one knows. How much vault progress does a common give you when you dust it versus a rare? No one knows. So to say like the economy isn't working or we're in trouble in standard, I think is just way too presumptuous. Yeah, I agree with most of that, Cobra. But some people aren't happy with that. And for those people, I say open your wallet. I think there's a lot of fun games to be played with mid-tier decks, trying new things. So that's me. But if you want a free to play game that gives you all the cards you could need right away, I think you're in for a sad time. I think they're appealing to their own fans, Goblin. I think it's good to market Hearthstone, but I think the biggest flaw with opening this game up to people is that they're not going to put it on Steam. I don't know if that's true or not. I've asked about it. I never got a response, but not making this game available on Steam is just idiotic. I don't know what the Steam player base is, but it is huge. And to try to use your own client and to like advertise enough on streams and like weird things, it's not going to get it done, man. Yeah, Cockatrace. That's a good example, Cobra. And I'm not interested in that at all. I mean, maybe once or twice back in the day when I was trying to test the deck. But I mean, Goblin, they're still marketing to Magic players. Like every tournament, they have these. I want to say stanchions, but that's not right. Stations. That's not the word I was looking for either. But where you can play Magic Arena and test it out. So they're definitely marketing it to the paper people who go to these tournaments. My guess is every Magic tournament has these little places you can go play Magic Arena. They had Kenji stream it. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people from not America have had a hard time transacting. I don't know if it was with duels or I think it was with MTGO. And that's just another benefit of Steam is Steam will get you Steam already has the money transactions down, so it's really easy for people who are not in America to buy stuff on Steam, including cards. So for the money transaction and for the player base, it's just I think that is the worst move they're making by not making this available on Steam. I don't know, bees. I'm hoping for it. So that's my thoughts on the economy. I'm happy with the deck I have, and it's less than a week. I just got a Rekindling Phoenix, which is making me think about building other decks that I already kind of have. They're just not that strong, or I got sick of them. Vault progress is moving along. Did we get the did we start the week over for all those weekly bonuses? Does anyone know that? Or is that going to start tomorrow? Because if we're getting new weekly bonuses, that's pretty sweet. So I don't know. All I'm saying is it's okay if you don't like the economy and you think it's moving too slow. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We don't have enough information. So just give some feedback, be constructive, but also don't expect to get a tier 1 deck in a week on a free-to-play game. That's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. I think a month is okay. 2 months is okay. Though rotations are what, every 3 months? I forgot what the new rotation schedule is. But if it was every 3 months, that would be fine. You grind for 2 months to get the perfect deck, and then you get a month of play. That seems okay in a free-to-play model. Yeah. It seems okay to me. And if you want to get your deck a month faster, then you pay some money. And that money would just snowball. Like, it feels like if the economy's set up so hypothetically, every 3 months a new set comes out, it takes 2 months to grind, and you get a month of playing with the top tier deck. You put money in to accelerate that, so you grind for a month, and then you get 2 months of standard. That money is always going to be there because of the vault and stuff. So that means next set comes out, you'll probably only have to grind a month. And maybe if you put enough money in, then you'll just be able to get the top tier set every time because you'll have enough vault progress or something. I don't know. That's all I got to say, guys. Yep, gem values questionable. Drafts is super questionable. That's what I'm saying. We just need more info. To start quoting stats and being like, it's going to take 3 months. You don't know it's going to take 3 months. You don't have enough information. You don't know what it's going to happen when you're done with your comments. And every time you hit a comment off a pack or a win, it goes straight to the vault. You just don't know how that's going to impact you. Yeah, I'm seriously anxious about draft 2, Cobra. If it's going to be like I have to grind all week long to play one draft, I'm going to be pissed. That will be a rant. Yeah, and there are ways to farm wild cards, and most cards will be the same. Like if you really like a certain deck, like if you like control, then most of the cards, like maybe 2 rares are going to rotate out when a set rotates out, or maybe 3 or 4, but you should be able to fill that up pretty quick, especially if you're saving wild cards. And like, I guess you can't really save wild cards in Vault. Vault basically is wild cards at this point, though they did mention they were going to fill the Vault up with other things like draft tokens or event tokens. Yep. I don't quite know what you're saying there, Goblin, but I agree with you, Jester. Just give feedback. Give constructive feedback. Like, even hateful feedback is probably fine. But give constructive feedback and don't pretend you know from this first 6 days how the economy is going to flesh out. You can talk about your experiences, but we're starting from basically 0, so the vault is kind of way up in the air how that's going to progress. All right, Cobra. Hey, check you later. And Hishnik, welcome back. You just missed pretty much the entire rant. Guess you'll have to watch the VOD. I'll do a highlight. I forgot to highlight yesterday's streams, but we'll do highlights today. That's it. Let's play a bit more goblins. We got about half an hour left. We'll do some goblins. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for rant number 2. You guys sitting around and hanging out. Yeah. Submit logs. Stuff like that.